So in the last episode, Erling Haaland has failed to score on his debut. Some called him washed, I called him overrated. I said he's not worth 200 million, and then he scored 12 goals in 7 appearances. Hi guys, MrSpaceman reporting for duty and welcome back to another brand new episode of my Partizan save. This time, zoom in on Erling Haaland's face here. The 30-year-old Norwegian is an absolute GOAT, and I don't know why I needed to prove this to you guys, and he doesn't need to prove it to anyone, and yet he kind of did. Yeah, in the 7 games that he's had for us, take into account that the first game was an absolute failure, he scored 12 goals, had 2 assists, had 3 player of the matches, and had an average rating of 8.44. Yes, he's played every single game. No, I have not subbed him off once. Although, to be fair, I probably have subbed him off a few times. And he's been very, very freaking good. And I'm not really surprised there. He is just incredible. Look at that form in the last 20 matches. Can I even do anything here? This guy is actually amazing. He's been subbed off once on the 88th minute. That's how good he was. But yeah, 10.0 rating against Vostovac, 9.8 against Novi Pazar, and a 9.9 against Javor. Yeah, he's cooking. Actually, you know what? Even better, because in the Radnički game where we managed to beat them 3-0, and you saw that game, obviously, we played against Spartak, and the man has got an 8.0 rating, despite the fact that he didn't score a single goal in a 7-0 victory against Spartak. It was an absolute demolition, and yet he didn't score. I think that was the game where he got a few assists there. He did wake up against Vostovac with 4 goals. He is good with Saldana on the score sheet, Estavao, and a goal for one of our own, Mihailo Petrovic, one of the youth players this year, or actually from 3 years ago, which I've just realized that I need to play my youth because we have new youth rules now, which is kind of frustrating. He looks okay. He's had a good debut. 7-1 again, this time against Novi Pazar. Again, a hat-trick from Haaland. We're so tired of seeing hat-tricks from him. And I think there's another hat-trick somewhere down the line as well. Next game, we just managed to beat IMT 1-0. Yeah, okay. I don't know how that happened. The game after that, 2-1. The game after that was 2-1 against Železničar. Another quite close game with Erling Haaland on the score sheet. We kind of woke up against Javor with a 6-1 demolition. Another hat-trick by Erling Haaland and a goal from Ederson from penalties. Goran Brdanovic and Saldana on the score sheet as well. And finally, this game, he actually did not play, and Saldana scored 2 freaking goals. I do have an absolutely awesome update actually on some transfers, because we have signed another player for over 80 million, and this time we signed a world-class centre-back who goes by the name of Karl Lemke. He looks good. He looks good, he looks rapid, he looks like an improved version of Gilson actually, and I really rate this guy. He's good on aerial, good defending, good physical, good speed. Unfortunately, for some reason, some of these defenders are not as much kind of all-rounded as you need, but at the same time, for a center-back, he has everything you need apart from dribbling, if he's going to play like a wide center-back or a ball-playing defender. But at the same time, now that you look at it, he doesn't actually need it. He will need some good passing here, which he doesn't have. So potentially, I might just let one of my players like Lukeba be that kind of ball-playing defender, and he'll just be either a stopper or just someone just covers everything. To be fair, he is very good. His physicals are incredible, and I'm excited to see a future with Lukeba and Lemke playing together at the back, conceding 0 goals. So the plan for today's episode is that we're only going to take Porto today because I'm trying to cut down on the length of my videos. I know they've gone out of control recently, and I'll try to tone it down. But tell me in the comments, do you want me for, especially for next year, to keep them in the range of 30 to 40 minutes? Do you enjoy it, or do you want to see a bit smaller? But for now, let's go and maybe cut down on some of the less interesting games and play kind of the bit more interesting ones, because I feel like this season will be the last, but at the same time, we actually do need to kind of get to the end of it. So without further ado, we're taking on Porto, and this is the starting lineup for it. It looks absolutely exciting. Today we will be playing with what will most likely be our best 11 for the rest of the season, unless we sign any more cool players in the winter. But for now, this is how it's going to line up. We have Ederson in goal. On the left, we'll have Beas, Lukeba, Lemke, and Gilson. Very exciting players. I really like them. Obviously, Beas will be the player that I kind of want him to be. I think he's going to be more of a wing back now instead of a center back, mainly because we have 2 amazing center backs, and also It kind of helps that he's under 21. We have another rule that says we have to play at least one under 21 player in the starting lineup. Unfortunately, Milovanovic is old, Serenic is old, so now Andros Beas is that player. Lukeba is going to play with Lemke, so a nice little debut for Lemke in front of Jorais. Gilson will be the inverted wingback because I think he could be quite good in that position. I think he's a very good player. He's kind of similar to Lemke in the sense that he's good physically and he actually can cross, dribble, and actually pass a little bit, so that can be kind of good, and his work rate is amazing. And by actually playing him, hopefully he'll stop crying about wanting to leave to random teams. Although he wasn't a culprit this year, which was kind of weird. The middle three will hopefully be what lets us win every single trophy this year, because Lachlan Deans, Teklak, and Gavi will be the best midfield trio that we ever have. If you look at the role ability, they're all 5-star, which is something you've never seen before, and I think this pretty much maximizes all we have. On the left, we have Milovanovic. On the right, we have Sasa Serenic, who's still learning how to be the inverted wingback. And finally, oh boy, finally, we have Erling Braut Haaland, who's going to be absolutely destroying everyone in this game, or at least I hope. Right, I'm excited for today's game. We're taking on Porto today at home, so it's kind of an exciting game for you guys today. So smash the like button if you're actually indeed excited, and hit a comment. This could be your last chance to update your predictions for Haaland's goals, because 12 goals were scored in 7 games. He's going to play a lot more than 7 games this year, unless he gets injured, like breaks his leg, and we don't see him for the rest of the season. That will be extremely sad. But yes, for our first game in the Champions League, we're basically launching our best team that we can. Let's see what they have. They still have Slanina, which is cool. Musa is still there. And those were the 2 players that people have been trying to steal for the past however many years. They're both very, very good players. It's just somehow they're still at Porto. So we got to be careful with this. But we're playing at home. We have lots of 5-star ability players, which we didn't have for the rest of the season. So I'm really excited to see. And Erling Haaland looks taller than every single person on the pitch. He's gonna score goals, isn't he? And as was requested in the last episode, we have a brand new camera for you guys. We are watching this live from your TVs, and it looks quite nice, to be fair. I think the director is a bit closer, but this will actually give me lots of time on the ball and actually see what's going on. That's interesting. You know, this could have been useful when I was tweaking around with tactics, and I can't believe it's taken me a year to go back to TV. I think I was just so in love with director football. Although now I can see Wahi, Elie Wahi, scoring against me in 4K. And that was their first shot on target. And that was their very easy chance that we've conceded. And I just saw as well that Andros Beas got an injury there somewhere along the lines. Who the hell is this? He's out of position here. Where the heck is Castello Jr.? Why is he jumping out? Is he a stopper? Lemke doesn't cover, and that's a goal. And I need to make a sub because Beas is injured, and I'm going to put on Barco instead. Is Lukeba a stopper? He isn't. I'm going to make one change first. I'm going to stop playing Lemke as a ball-playing defender, and I'm just going to make him defend. Basically, he's just going to be a normal defender. Nothing crazy. Lol. Imagine building this game up so much, saying that we're going to smash every single team in Europe, and in our first game in Europe, we're losing 1-0 to Porto. Yeah, we're not doing very good, are we? Guys, please get your shit in order. We need to do a little bit better. Obviously, this is not what I wanted at all. Sasa Serenic is struggling to learn that new position. He's learned so many new positions under me, but will this be the one that breaks the camel's back? Will this be one too many? I don't know. Apart from this, I think Gilson's the only one that's struggling, and obviously Sasa. Hopefully the second half will be a bit better. I've changed some things. I've made us go a little bit more shorter passing. Hopefully that will create something. Maybe get rid of pass into space, trying to use Haaland a bit more. And apart from that, just work, guys. We're doing so good, I think, in general in other games. So goals will come as long as they don't park the bus. And here we go. First interaction with the ball for Barco. He's going to find Gavi on the left-hand side, who finds Milovanovic, who finds Lachie Deans. And of course, it's got to be Lachie Deans, who's chasing Haaland with 9th goal of the season. Lachie Deans remembered last year that he's a very good attacking player, and he hasn't forgotten it this year as well. 9 goals for a guy who's playing an attacking Mezzala is literally nothing to be scoffed at. He is an incredible player, and it's going to make me so freaking sad when this save has to finish, because I'm curious how it's going to work next year, because we're obviously moving to a different match engine, and I do wonder how all these stuff is going to work. I think this year they've introduced kind of backwards compatibility. Obviously, you can play backwards in terms of your FM23 saves to FM24. Will we be able to have it for FM25? That is a different question. But what I do want to know right now, this instant, is if we're planning to win this damn game, as Lemke finds Teklak, who's been okay, not deep-lying playmaking as I kind of wanted him to be. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he needs to drop a little bit lower, who knows, but Teklak finds Castello Jr. on the ball. Maybe potentially these guys are too high. Maybe I drop Gavi as a more Mezala on support player, but so far it's working. Milovanovic was found again on the left-hand side, finds Gavi, who finds Sasa, who's had a bad game, and he's coming off after that miss. That was a great chance for him to equalize, although to be fair, a very difficult chance. And he's going to be replaced by Estevao, who is definitely a player that knows how to play this position. I'm going to drop, weirdly enough, Gavi into this more support role, so actually Tekla can find him, because I feel like Deans is too far up. And apart from that, maybe take off Deans and put on Bardanovic, I think, on the right-hand side, just to give a bit more pace. Gilson's going to come off for Cesar Augusto. Do I take off Haaland? Am I insane? The answer is no. I'll maybe take off one of the midfielders and put in a second striker later if we don't score a goal in like 2 seconds. But hopefully these things can change something. Let's go very attacking. Are we struggling here? Are they going to park the bus? Yes, the answer is yes. They're not trying to score. I think I'm going to take off Gavi, who's a bit tired. I'm going to keep this as it is, and I'm going to take him off and put on Edinson Bolaños. Put him as an advanced forward. Put Haaland as a poacher, which is terrifying, and see if that makes a change. Let's maybe drop back and pass into space, go more direct, hurt early crosses, and just pray. And the main question is, will any of this be enough, or will we get countered? I mean, looking at this beautiful camera so far, there are so many players that are marking, well, basically 3. And if Carmo takes his time, hopefully he will mess up. He finds the only option available to him. We're somehow out of position. Marshall Rutti will run down the right-hand side. And oh my god, there was almost a weird deflection, and Ederson had to make a weird save. Okay. This is an awful game, and it always happens to us. We start poorly, and at least it's not a loss, is it? Yeah, because it's, I mean, unless we gonna concede in like a second, which would be absolutely terrifying. They are wasting all the time that they can. Can I have anything? Hello? But we have, oh my god, we have a free kick in the last few minutes. We will not deserve to steal it, although to be fair, we probably will, and I think it will be... Who the hell is this? That looks like Barco. It is Barco. Barco's going to step up. What is going on with these highlights here? It's taking forever. Is TV highlights taking longer? I don't know, but Barco is going to step up, and Barco! Slanina makes a save. Oh, it looked cooler. Oh, it looked way cooler from this angle. He cleared it off the... That's... That looked over the line to me. That looked very much over the line to me. As Teklak has a chance, and there we go! Barco and Leonardus Teklak, the guy who I said was not playing well, comes up clutch. Beautifully worked pass from Barco. He knew what was going to happen. He knew he didn't need to score now. He could have taken a corner. He wanted his teammate to score. We've stolen it. We've stolen it at the last minute. Teklak makes a beautiful header. A mistake from Slanina, unfortunately. He rushes out too much, and a deep-lying playmaker is enough to get this game to a victory. Oh my god, we just had the one game for you guys today, and it could have been a 1-1 draw, but instead it's 2-1, and you don't get to see Haaland scoring for the second game in a row. Do we worry? The answer is no, but also it's kind of weird that it's happening. I don't know why. Well, is he injured for a while? He isn't, but Haaland is a little bit tired, which is kind of fine because we have some games here, there, and everywhere. And now the big question is, where will I see you next? I want to skip some of the games because there's games like Nice, Bruges, we've played them before, you've gotten used to them. Have we ever played Vigo before? That's a good question. How good is Celta Vigo doing in the current meta? I mean, we've now reached a level where we're just much better than everyone. Do I try and play this team? I don't know. They're 5th currently. They've lost 8. They've lost 8-0 to Real Madrid, which is yikers. But apart from that, do I want to play this team? Who's their manager? Stefan Dumont. Okay. It's these kind of decisions that I have to think of. But what I'm going to do, most likely, I'm going to play the Vigo game in the next episode, potentially followed by a Crvena Zvezda game, just so we can have a nice little double game there. Maybe if I can get it short and quick enough. I don't know. Decisions, huh? But let's go and play the Vigo game. We haven't played them before. It's kind of exciting to try out a new team instead of play Nice and Bruges again. Obviously, I'll play the Bayern game because that's kind of interesting. And apart from that, we'll see when we get there. I mean, so far, the team looks amazing. We have spent lots of money. We still spent less money than we brought into the club, which is absolutely insane. A lot of these players were very good, but we've bought them ages ago for low amounts of money. And now they've made us stupid amounts of money that we managed to sign Haaland and Lemke in the same transfer window. That's insane. Even better. Potentially, I can buy someone else at some point for 30 plus million in the winter, which would be absolutely amazing, especially considering if I sell someone or sell some of these clauses. But apart from that, we have spent 288 million in this transfer window, which is absolutely stupid. And hopefully with this, we will win the Champions League because I don't think there's a team better than us. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this episode. Tell me what you think about the transfers in the freaking comments because I'm excited to read them and I'm excited for you guys to be excited about the fact that we're gonna win the freaking Champions League. Anyways, I hope you had a great day and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.